I leave the McCormick and Mavita mine behind me, still contaminated from my trip inside. Now I head down the hill into the Paradox Valley on my way to Uravan. Well, finally made it here at Uravan. Well, technically this isn't really Uravan. This is the campsite that was made to kind of as a remembrance of the town that was destroyed by the Colorado Health Department and the EPA. So it's a really nice place. It's like free camping. As far as I know, it's free. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's like you're right by the river here. And then the actual town of where Uravan used to be is down that way. And I'm going to go there tomorrow morning. But tonight I'm just going to camp here, relax, take it easy, and enjoy the scenery. Also, for reference, since I went to the Mavita mine, normally this is supposed to be reading around 35, 40 counts per minute, and it's up to 280, 290 right now. So hopefully by tomorrow morning this will have calmed back down to background and shouldn't be a problem. Because I've taken this apart once before when this first happened a couple years back and cleaned it all, and that worked, but I found that it's actually easier just to let things decay away until they're no longer detectable. So that's what I'm going to do. This is a beautiful campsite. And as I know it, the Rim Rockers, the people that used to live in Uravan, Colorado, just down the way, they got the state to buy this land and made it a park, or a camping area and a park that they maintain. And I believe it's just to the site of where they used to have their baseball diamond. So every year the Rim Rockers come here and meet up and bring their children and their grandchildren and probably now their great-grandchildren to experience what they got to experience when they were growing up. Just a little taste of it, at least for a day. And just to see the beauty. I mean, I don't know how many of them actually moved to Nucla or somewhere else in the Paradox Valley. But this is a very beautiful place, and I'm glad that it's here. And if you're ever cruising through this area and need to stop and rest, I would say this is the perfect place to do it. It is an extremely beautiful spot. It's funny that I think most people believe that uranium mining would make an area uninhabitable, make it like a toxic wasteland. But, I mean, look at this place. This place is beautiful. And there's plants growing here. I mean, there's people living by here also. And I think people's fear really does them a disservice, because it makes it to where they don't get to experience these places because of fear. It's pretty amazing. And this is far from a radioactive wasteland. But we're going to go over to Uravan here real quick. But I just want to come down here to the creek. You can see it, because it's awesome. I love this type of stuff. This is my thing. Also, now it looks like this Geiger counter is now back to background. So all the contamination that was all over it right here is now gone. Well, technically, I guess it's still there, but it's just decayed into something not quite as active as it was before. So there's probably a bunch of lead 210 on here still, but it's got a 22-year half-life, so it's much harder to detect. So I'm here at Uravan. I just went and walked this barbed wire fence a little bit. Just kind of got a reading with that Radioactive 101, just so I could kind of build like a little radiation map of the area, of places that I explore. So let's keep going up. There's like a road that goes up to like the burial site where they put all the stuff from the town underneath a bunch of rocks. So I'm just gonna keep taking that road all the way up. So this is the site of where the mill used to be. There used to be a big mill back here that would process all the uranium ore. And so they tore that all down, removed any of the buildings that were back here, because this is all part of the town site. Also over here was too, and then down in this area as well. And it's incredible that they, destroyed a whole town over fear. I mean, because that's what exactly this was. They didn't do it there was zero health concerns. It's like, you can go to places like Temple Mountain and explore these uranium areas, but yet they got to have this one fenced off and say no trespassing, even though there's nothing wrong with the land. Yeah, it may be a little radioactive, but that's indicative of this area because it has uranium deposits here. This land would have been radioactive no matter what. Even if no mining had ever occurred here, it still would have been radioactive because the uranium still would have been here. So it's just funny. It's just funny to me. So this behind me is the burial site for the town of Uravan. And underneath all of these rocks, these white and dark colored rocks, there's all of the remains of that town because they thought it was so dangerous they had to bury it under all this stuff, which is absurd. So the other absurd thing that I found that was new since the last time I came out here is this sign. So let's go check it out. Well, this is a new sign to me. So, launching, landing, or operating unmanned aircraft systems on any property owned or leased by the U.S. Department of Energy Office of Legacy Management is prohibited without specific authorization. Well, since I am actually on county road here, this isn't owned by the Department of Energy. There's a county road sign. Here, let's go walk over to it right now so I can, CYA, cover my ass, or cover your ass as it is. See, I'm on county road. This is a county road. It is not a road that is leased by the Department of Energy or anything like that. So I can take off, fly over the property, and do all that, and still be within the letter of the law. So that's what I'm going to do. like having this little Radioactive 101 running while I'm driving on these roads, because I can just drive by like over an area and it will tell me that there's something active around here, like, you know, more than normal. So I just listen to the clicks and I know to just, you know, at least walk the road and see what I find out here. I don't know if there'll be anything, but just doing it anyway. So we'll see. Nice place though. Oh yeah. Something definitely around here. Now I'm using this because this is going to be a little more sensitive at like finding stuff in a general area, but to pinpoint something I'd have to use my Rad-Eye B20. But this is a good place to start. That Radioactive 101 was very useful on this trip to Uravan, and because of it I could actually hear when the activity would shoot up, and I'd stop, look around, and I'd be able to find little pieces of carnotite like this. And so it has its uses. I mean, it's actually a very powerful little tool to have in conjunction with a regular Geiger counter, the one that can actually detect alpha and beta radiation more readily, because I can use that. I use the Radioactive 101 to kind of get my area to look in, but then I need the Rad-Eye B20 or something that has like a GM tube, something that could detect alpha, beta, and gamma radiation to help me kind of pinpoint like where things are. So it was very helpful. So I actually don't know where this spot is. I was just following an old dirt road up from, you know, up the hill from Uravan, and just decided to check it out and to see where it led me. And it's not a bad place to end up. It's quite a view. I mean, yeah, cool stuff. I love exploring and finding new stuff like this, new areas. But haven't found any other like new mines or anything like that. But I think they probably closed a lot of those mines up. But I'm sure they're around here somewhere. Just gotta keep looking, see what I find. Maybe I'll find nothing. I mean, I still had a really fun trip just exploring this place and camping at that campsite. So even if it does end right here, what a cool place to end.